Hi, my fellow targeted individuals. Just came back from the doctor and some kind of specialist. Whatever. Get results from whatever specialist I went to, too. I don't know. Well, anyways, I get mixed up with the ologists here and whatever. The names of crap. But, well, anyways, my cat is clawing at the chair I'm in, which is fine. It's his chair. But, what do you want? Come here. Come. He listens. Up. Good boy. See? He listens. That's my sweetie. Well, anyways, when I went last week, when they stood me up for the pickup to take me back to my apartment, I weighed in because, remember, if you've been following me, I was stuck at 133, and I was always nauseated, and every time I gained a few pounds, I'd lose it again. So, my other doc put me on nausea medication, and, a few times a day, a different medication, more frequent, and I gained 20 pounds. I went from 133 to 153. Well, last week I was at the beginning of the week I was 157 point something. Weighed in today, and I'm 153, so I'm back down to, I've gained 20 pounds. But I haven't been nauseated, so I think that's just from lack of having food and stuff, I'm lacking in out of everything right now. In fact, my phone might be shut off on the 10th. But, well, anyways, I'm still blessed because, hey, like I told you before, I got COVID rental relief, 6 months of the back rent I owed. I owe a lot more, but, I'm grateful that I got that, And, my nerves have been hurting and burning lately. And, I'm subscribed to somebody called, I think it's Targeted in Los Angeles. And I think she changed it to Targeted in Las Vegas now. But, I watched a couple of her videos. I don't know if she's got a house or an apartment. But, the stuff that she's talking about and stuff, in fact, in the comments, I left her my number. Because if you've went back with me since the beginning, my apartment, became the house of pain, the house of torture, Havana syndrome, EMF torture, the electromagnetics, anything over 45 is radiation. So, at the beginning, I was flooded with it. It would be over 900. Then it went down. Now it's like normal. And sometimes just, above normal, like 60 or something, which is a big freaking difference. But it would be a big difference if I hadn't had years of all this crap, DEWs, Havana syndrome, radiation, it would be a big difference. But like I've said and I continue to say is, they couldn't take my mind, they couldn't take who I am or who I've grown to be. So they took my health and my body, what was most vulnerable. Okay, Havana syndrome, it causes neurological damage. And, that's with the nerves. And I have extreme nerve damage, you know, from years of the shocks, the shocking, the burning. Now it goes all the way up to my legs. Sometimes it's down my back. Sometimes it'll poke me in my breast. I'm taking a nerve medication. I don't know if you've heard of it or not. Gabapentin. I'm taking 4 times a day, plus taking Lyrica, which is stronger than gabapentin. I'm taking that in the morning with my 2 gabapentins, and at night with my 2 gabapentins. In fact, it doesn't even get rid of all the nerve damage, the pain from it. In fact, when I go to the pharmacy, they're always saying, oh, well, when I go to pick up the Lyrica, they're like, oh, well, you already got gabapentin. And if I go to pick up the gabapentin, they're like, oh, well, you're already on Lyrica. You want me to just nix this gabapentin? And every time I have to tell them no. I take both of them, which is, very unusual. I guess that's why they always try to call me on it. I said I take both of them. They're prescribed from 2 separate doctors, and both the doctors know about them. And they also want to send me to pain management to get higher doses. They're not a pain medication, but I guess they're, to relieve the nerve pain. So I'm taking quite a bit of that. And targeted in Las Vegas, I think that's her name now. She had a thing where her door handle practically fell off or something. I've been through that with the electromagnetics, finding screws on the floor, my bed, feeling like it's moving. Brand new bed. Trashed. Broken. Finding screws all over the floor. From the electromagnetic waves and shit. I went through quite a few beds. And finally, Miss Cheers gave me a bed that doesn't have springs. And I've had it for a while. And it hasn't fell apart. Mind you, it's small, but it's well worth it not to have the torture and the what's called the antenna effect, which is what makes the springs move and shit and all that crap. It's well worth it. Yes, sometimes it feels like I'm sleeping on rocks because the nerve damage in my back. And that, that didn't, I don't think that started with the torture in my apartment. I think that started because they, when that Suburban was on top of me, on top of everything, my head, everything, broke all my ribs, they cut off all the nerves in my back, I'm assuming they grow back together, but, it just, that happening just made it easier for the nerves to mess up in my back. But my legs, it started from the shocking and the burning on the floor, walking and stuff. And then laying on the floor, not having a bed for a long time, getting shocked and burned, and I have videos of the physical, it shows the burns and the puff marks where I got shocked and shit, on this channel. I left my number for Target in Las Vegas because, sometimes the place where you live becomes your torture chamber. Or at least in my case, it has. I've got videos down there somewhere where I've had to actually sleep on the floor of the bathroom, to, I guess, be less affected by. Oh, that was Wino, one of my mains. But, yeah, I would like to talk to Target in Las Vegas. And I pray that God protects her and blesses her, and she doesn't start suffering, and her place of residence does not become a torture chamber. But, I am blessed. I have a roof over my head. Thank God I'm not homeless. I'm too disabled and too old now to be homeless. Yeah. But, praise the Almighty for my blessings. And like I said, keep Target in Las Vegas in your prayers. I ask that God protects her and blesses her from these gang stalkers, from being targeted. Love, peace, blessings, and laughter. Bye, TIs.